Well, immediately following the murder of George Floyd, hurt, anger, and frustration swept through the cities across the country.
But the feeling here in Minneapolis is still present today, and the businesses near where Floyd was killed are still trying to rebuild 5 years later. Our Symone Woolridge talked to several business owners there looking for resolution.
As parts of Minneapolis burned, the businesses that quickly became a memorial site focused on protecting what once was.
We were standing there, we was using our bodies to stand there, we was using garbage cans, and we started using vehicles.
Now 5 years later, the business owners are still protecting their space.
So this is the last year. This is the last year. We're gonna be heard.
Just in a different way.
There's at least 12 black-owned businesses, and at least if you include culinary arts, at least 8 arts organizations all on one block. I think that's something really special.
Special, but also a struggle.
Foot traffic is low.
Take a look for yourself. Do you see any customers? Imagine that every day.
Business is really very, very slow in this area.
So would everyone say that it's pretty slow?
Basically,
yeah.
They all decided to open their doors on this once busy street for business because of the constant flow of traffic.
Up until 2020, I would say we just saw things really start to pop. Every single storefront here was full. There was a lot of activity. There was a lot of stuff going on. It is different now.
So much changed after May 25th of 2020. Barricades restricted access for over a year as George Floyd Square became a no-go zone for police.
Now we see firsthand what it's like to not have the police in your community, because we was in our community, police in our community, but we wasn't arresting anybody. It was closed, but it was open for people to come in and do whatever they want to do here.
Crime climbed as the number of officers dropped.
There was no law.
A dozen business owners.
I have not been able to sleep because I'm worried about my business.
Sure.
Including Edwin Reed, have sued the city, claiming it failed to protect their businesses as gangs and activists took over the area while the business owners were forced to watch.
When the ambulance couldn't come through here, they was telling us to bring the bodies down there to them because they wouldn't come here without a police presence.
I can appreciate when things are going crazy and there's not cops to respond. And there were plenty of times where I was on the ambulance and I'd ask for cops, and they'd say, nope, there's no cops, even when the ambulance was asked for it.
The city is now dedicating officers to the area to help address those concerns.
Say hi and we can try to help all we can. All right?
But some say it's too late.
Where were you guys for 4 years straight?
Many are no longer here, from shoe stores to clothing stores. One business only able to place signage, but never even opened.
How many people have y'all seen leave?
Oh, several.
Several.
Even the guy that, promoted, helped George Floyd the guy get convicted for the murder. He had a black Chinese spot right here. He had to move out because he couldn't afford it, He wasn't generating any income.
They put out a vision, and today 9 of you said no to that vision.
You can't tell the story of what Chicago Avenue is today without telling the story of an ongoing, frustrating 5-year conversation.
Let's run buses and cars across the very place where George Floyd was killed. And that, for me, is a signal of erasure.
The debate over George Floyd Square. What will George Floyd Square look like eventually? We don't know. For years, the city council and Minneapolis mayor have never agreed on how to transform this space.
Councilmember Osmond.
Aye.
They don't spend no money on this block. But they'll be sitting up there doing an interview in front of a camera, and then they get in their car and they leave.
For the optics.
And that's what happens when everybody listens to them, and they get their voice heard, and now we say, now this is what we're doing. We're going to do this because of what? Really? We got city councilmen that don't even be in this part.
That's true.
And they over here telling us what we should do with our community that we have to deal with every day ourselves.
Majority of the council wants a pedestrian mall, a place to honor George Floyd. These businesses want to honor him too.
It's bigger than a memorial.
But they don't want to have to pack up and find a new home.
We love this community. We're here for a reason. We don't intend to go anywhere. It has been a struggle, but we are committed, and we're here for the long haul.
What I really enjoy is the resilience of this group, and that perhaps this is the first time in Minnesota we refuse to perform what justice looks like, and we really sort of dig in and make sure that we actually get there.
And I think it's beyond just trying to sustain. We need to be able to regenerate. We need to be able to heal. We need to be able to invest back in so that we can create something greater.
Reporting in Minneapolis, Symone Woolridge, Fox 9.
Now tomorrow night we will have an hour-long special at 10 called After George Floyd, 5 Years, 5 Stories. You can watch it right here on Fox 9.